Jump.
Oh my word, look at that.
And then feel free to hand to you guys and throw in the pool. So I'll start with a lot of
Look at here, look at the sun. Look at the sun. The sun comes
Good afternoon, everybody. You're very welcome to Cotswold. My name is Jo. I'm the penguin keeper, and I am joined today by the little Charlotte and Craig, who are here to help me feed some other hungry Humboldt penguins. So here in this enclosure, we have 19 penguins. They are all the same variety. They are all known as a Humboldt, and they are a kind of penguin that you would find in places like Chile and Peru in South America. So they are a beach penguin, but they will spend most of their day out on the land, in the beaches and rocky cliff faces, and out in the ocean catching their fish. Now at our feet we have our two oldest, who we can do a little bit of hand feeding for. So they are Dale and Egg, but most of our penguins we like to get them swimming because it's very important to get them exercising. Because our older penguins can be a little bit slower, we do a bit of extra supplemental feeding, but we do encourage them to swim as well. Because all penguins are semi-aquatic, and they are designed to use their bodies more in the water than on land. So they cannot fly. Their wings are completely different shapes. Their wings are flat like a paddle or a flipper, so they use them to push through the ocean. They've got little tiny feet on the bottom that are webbed like a duck to help them paddle and steer. They've got a special streamlined body shaped a bit like a torpedo, so they can swim very quickly, both when they're trying to catch their fish and trying to get away from predators. And they have an amazing ability to dive, so they can hold their breath for more than 6 minutes at a time as they dive down to the seabed. And they hunt in big, large groups. They are a colony animal. We call them a raft of penguins when you see them in the water like this, or a colony on land. Now, our lovely penguins that you see here have all been captive bred, so they are very used to living here. And they are fed on sprat and herring today. But in the wild they eat mostly anchovies and sardines. And unfortunately the fish that they rely on out in South America has itself become endangered. And that is due to humans. Humans are overfishing their food. So they are catching so much for themselves, they're not actually leaving enough for all of the creatures in the ocean who depend on it. So it does mean that these penguins have become a vulnerable species. In Peru, they're actually considered endangered because there's so little of their natural food source left. And that is why we have them here in the zoo, to raise a bit of awareness about them. We also have a breeding colony, so our mission is to keep a healthy population in captivity with good genetics. We are part of a European breeding program, and they are a backup for the wild species. But unfortunately, the habitat is not stable, so we can't re-release them. But what we learn from studying them here in captivity, we can use to help us try and protect those in the wild. So all the fish we use has been sustainably sourced, and we encourage you to do the same. When you buy any fish for your dinner, make sure anything you get has been locally and sustainably sourced, which means you don't take too much from any one area at any one time, and we give the fish a chance to repopulate. And that is one of the most important things we can do to help protect not just penguins, but all of our native sea creatures as well. If you want to concentrate on these two up here, because they're quite hungry because they're still with you. That's okay. Now, all of our lovely penguins are individuals, and we know them all individually, so we can tell every Humboldt apart by the spots on their chest. Each one has a unique pattern below the black stripe on their tummy. But we also add coloured tags to make it even easier. So if the tag is on your right wing, you are a male. If it's on your left wing, you are a female. And if your colours match, you are partners. So that helps us figure out who's who during breeding season. And all the little nests you see along the cliff face are used as shelters in the winter. And come January, February, they will start to partner, and February, March, they will start nesting again. Now our youngest is Pebble. He's got the yellow and white band just in front of us here, having a little swim. He's just 1 year old. But in the wild, their lifespan is only 15 years because they have bigger predators and other animals like sharks and seals and sea lions. As they get older and weaker and slower, they're more likely not to make it back to shore. But in captivity, it's a little bit different. We can double their life expectancy. So they can live up to 32 years in a zoo like this because we've plenty of food, medical care if they get sick, and no bigger predators to catch them. So my two oldest that we were doing some feeding for, Dale is in front of you guys there with the green band, Egg with the green and pink. They are 28 and 27 years old. And both, due to their age, have age-related arthritis. Quite common in penguins. It does happen in penguins just like it happens in humans as you age. Now, should you have any questions for us, we'll be here for the next few minutes. But thank you very much for coming out. We do have a 12 p.m. feed of the lemurs in Madagascar at the opposite end of this walled garden. That will be at 12 p.m. But thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your visit.